大家把问题汇整了以后，我们做成2个分类哈，那再请次长来一题题来答复，这样子会比较方便。那我这边会帮忙大家把这个问题先念出来，再请那个次长来做一个综合答复。那现在我们把记者朋友们的提问呢，我们大概做成了2个分类。第一个是我们台湾跟立陶宛双边农业的合作关系，以及次长这一次到台湾来访问的一个心得。第2个分类是大家比较关心的，就是中国对立陶宛的贸易的报复这些打压的作为。嘉豪。
Due to the busy schedule of the Vice Minister, and also during the time constraint, we would like to divide all the Q&A sessions into 2 categories. I will read out all the questions in each category, and all the categories will then be answered by the Vice Minister himself. The topics, 两个问题已经要念出来了吗？ The topics are Taiwan-Lithuanian agricultural and trade relations, and the delegation's visit to Taiwan, and secondly, suppression by China.
好的，我现在先从第1个类别里面先帮大家念第1个题目哈，是我们台湾 News 的雨根Kevin 的一个题目是立陶宛驻台湾的代表处就要设立了哈，那这个设处是不是对台湾跟立陶宛农业的交流及合作的一个影响？嘉豪。
We will begin with the first section now, and the first question of the first section is from Kelvin Chen, Taiwan News. What effects will establishing a Lithuanian representative office have on bilateral agricultural exchanges and cooperation?
Okay, I will answer in Lithuanian, and my colleague Antanas helped me to translate into English. Iš tiesų, visų pirma, tai mes džiaugiamės Taivano atstovybę Lietuvoje ir matome darbo rezultatus ir labai tikiuosi, kad atstovybė Taivane taip pat padės aktyvinti bendradarbiavimą ir tiesiog yra labai svarbu tie žmonės, kurie tiesiogiai bendrauja su verslu ir tai turi vykti kiekvieną dieną.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. I will translate the answer of the Vice Minister. So, first of all, we are very happy about the activities of the Taiwanese representation in Lithuania. That is helping us very much in establishing economic relations, first of all, and of course the establishment of Lithuanian representative office here would be the next step, in fostering economic relations, because it is very important to have the office who is busy with the economic diplomacy activities here in presenting Lithuanian agricultural and food products for local consumers, for local importers, distributors and supermarkets. And this has to be done on the daily basis because we know that the institutions from Taiwan will not be able to help us all the time so much maybe, but we have to do a lot of work by ourselves, and actually the Ministry of Economy and Innovation is taking care of this process of establishing this office in Taiwan, but we hope that this will give a real and good move forward in our bilateral trade in agricultural and food products.
Thank you.
非常高兴说，台湾能够在立陶宛能够成立代表处，能够踏出第一步来帮助我们进一步去设立像这样子、确立像这样子的台立双方的经济关系。那随着接下来立陶宛在台湾也设代表处，那就是台立关系深化经济关系的下一步。那么当然有这样子的一个代表处的设立，非常的 重要，尤其是对于经济方面的外交，透过这样子的代表处，能够每一天努力的去向台湾的进口商、通路商还有消费者去介绍立陶宛的相关产品，因为台湾的相关机构虽然能够帮点忙，但是也不能时刻的都帮上忙，因此每一天我们做的努力必须透过我们在台湾的代表处去进行。当然，立陶宛的经创部其实已经正在努力筹备这样子代表处的设立了。那这个代表处设立之后，一定能够进一步发展我们实质的双边关系，尤其是在农业产品方面的关系。
谢谢 ，Thank you. And now we proceed to the second question. 第二个题目是一样是台湾 News 的宇根，还有自由时报的陈宇，还有 TVBS 的婷婷的提问。这一次访台的印象，还有对台北国际食品展的成果，以及印象最深刻的台湾食物或者是农产品。台湾哪些农牧产品、食品有机会销往到立陶宛的市场
What impressions do you have concerning this trip, the outcome of the Taiwan International Food Show, and Taiwan's food and agricultural products? Could Taiwan's agricultural products and foods enter the Lithuanian market? This is from Kelvin Chen, Taiwan News, Eva's Young Liberty Times, and Liu Tingting, TVBS.
Tai visų pirma noriu atsakyti apie parodą, kuri paliko labai gerą įspūdį savo gausumu ir įvairovę. Džiugu, kad labai aktyviai dalyvavo Lietuvos įmonės ir labai įdomu buvo pasižiūrėti Taivano stendą, kuriame išvydome gausybę įvairiausių produktų. Ir gerai, tai pradžiai apie parodą.
Okay, so first of all, it was a big pleasure and honor to be here and, of course, to see the Food Taipei show. And we are very happy that a lot of Lithuanian companies have participated in this food show, and actually more than 20 Lithuanian brands were actually present in this exhibition, and we also had the possibility to see the stand of Taiwan. It's also very big and very impressive food products which are produced in Taiwan. And so general impression is very good because we saw a lot of attention to Lithuanian companies, to Lithuanian products, and that shows the real interest from the Taiwanese side into Lithuanian food. But this is the first part of the answer, and now the Vice Minister will continue with answering.
非常高兴能够参加台北国际食品展，当中有非常多的立陶宛企业参与，有超过20个立陶宛的品牌也有参与在立陶宛馆当中，也很高兴能够参观台湾馆，非常的规模非常的大，也看到了非常多台湾的令人印象深刻的食品，整体印象非常好。那透过这一次的契机，能够让立陶宛的相关企业以及产品的潜力能够在台湾被看见，台湾对立陶宛的相关产品也非常有兴趣。
Tęsiant mūsų kelionę, mes aplankėme keletą įmonių, pamatėme ir gamtą, ir žemės ūkį. Labai svarbu, kad Taivanas labai rūpinasi maisto sauga, kas ir mum yra labai svarbu. Ir ta įvairovė nustebino. Visi produktai, kuriuos jūs čia auginate, yra visiškai skirtingi negu kad mes auginame Lietuvoje. Ir aš manau, kad tikrai galimas bendradarbiavimas tiek maisto, tiek mokslo srityje. Ir aišku, svarbu teisiškai susireguliuoti, kadangi importas į Lietuvą eitų per ES ir pagal ES taisyklės. Ir manau, kad tai neužtruktų labai ilgai.
Yes, so regarding the general impressions of this trip, so they're also very good because we had a possibility not only meet officials from Taiwanese side, but also visit several companies and to take a look at the agricultural sector in Taiwan, and we were impressed by the variety and diversity, of the agricultural products that you have, and this we think that as soon as the agricultural products of Taiwan comply with the veterinarian and phytosanitarian requirements, they can enter the European Union market, because we have the common market in the European Union, and so they would definitely find a place on the consumer's table in Lithuania as well. And also good thing is that we managed to move some outstanding issues forward with the institutions of Taiwan regarding export permissions of Lithuanian goods into Taiwan, regarding beef, poultry, dairy products, egg products, fish products, and our exporters are waiting very much for those export permissions. And this, as soon as we obtain these permissions, this will enable the real export of those categories into Taiwan. So we are looking forward, and we are happy that all these things are moving forward.
此行的印象非常的良好，不只见到了台湾的官员，也参观了台湾的企业以及台湾的农场，看到台湾的农产品非常的多元化，印象非常深刻。我们认为呢，台湾的农产品只要符合立陶宛所有的进口法规，其实在不但能够进入整个欧盟的共同市场，那立陶宛作为共同市场的一部分，在立陶宛的消费者的心目中也一定会有一席之地。反过来，台湾我们正在跟台湾的政府研议就是立陶宛的农产品出口到台湾相关的许可。那当然，这些我们待许可的产品，当然包括了牛肉、家禽类的产品、乳制品，还有鱼制品等等。那只要这样子的许可一旦核发下来之后，相信一定很快就能够输入台湾。我们也非常希望看到这样子的美事促成。
好，谢谢 Vice Minister。嘉豪的翻译。接下来我们是这个类别的第3个问题，那是请教次长，简单介绍一下立陶宛希望出口到台湾的主要的产品，目前销售到台湾遇到的困难跟障碍。那在立陶宛打开台湾通路的宣传的策略是什么？嘉豪，谢谢。
Third question for the Vice Minister. Can you speak about the products that Lithuania would like to export to Taiwan? What are the challenges or barriers to exporting these products to Taiwan? What promotional and sales channels are being used for Lithuanian products in Taiwan? This is from Yves Yang, Liberty Times.
Jo, iš tiesų Antanas jau čia ir atsakė, užbėgęs už akių, kad mes jau eksportuojame gėrimus ir šokoladus ir laukiame, kada bus leidimai pieno produktam, mėsai, kiaušiniams. Ir turbūt svarbu pasakyti, kad ir susitikimuose mes išgirdome pažadus, kad Lietuva yra prioritetinėje vietoje ir kad tai užtruks 2-3 mėnesius, tai labai tikimės, kad tų barjerų ir nebus. Ar ne? Tai.
Okay. So, as I already indicated, we have a big variety of agricultural and food products that can be exported to Taiwan, especially the obtaining of the export permission is a very important exercise before doing that. And we can export anything what can find demand in the Taiwanese market, from dairy products, from meat products, from egg products, from beverages, bakery products, confectionery, whatever can be suitable for local consumers. So the variety is very big, and so just we need to test, the demand and to know better the cultural habits of the consumption of Taiwanese people, and then accordingly to react to their demand. What are the challenges? As I mentioned it,
Tegul verčia.
Tai aš baigsiu. Tai baigsiu.
Man atrodo, tegul verčia. Nes
Tai aš tik išversiu, aš baigsiu.
aš dar kažką noriu pasakyti.
Tikrai, bet aš pasakysiu, okay? And what else? The main challenges or barriers are indeed these export permissions, and it's very good that we got some kind of promise from the competent authorities that in the coming several months, after the auditing, these export permissions will be obtained by Lithuanian exporters, and this shows that this question is a top priority for local institutions. And finally, when it comes to the promotional and sales channels, this is a very important task. Because we need not only to build a trust between our business people, we can only facilitate, this process, but the real business is taking place between business people, and the mutual trust and sustainable relations are very much important for long-standing cooperation in this regard. So we need to use all the possible means to represent and promote more our products here, and also use all the possible measures which can attract the attention from local consumers.
当前呢，我们现在最重要的议题就是说，立陶宛的产品能够取得输入台湾的非常关键的许可证。那因为立陶宛本身能够提供给台湾非常多元的农产品，或者是其他方面的产品，例如说像是乳制品、肉制品、蛋类、饮料、甜食等。那我们当然当务之急，除了这个许可之外，必须获得相关的许可之外，也必须去研究台湾人消费者的偏好，以及台湾相关的消费文化。那至于挑战的话，当然就是像刚刚讲的许可证的发放的事宜哈。那相关的台湾的单位其实也已经向我方承诺，就是在数个月之后，相关的许可可以下来。但是这也是对我们立陶宛的出口商非常重要的一点哦。那至于推广的话，当然就是说我们出口商还有相关的很多的单位呢，希望说能够帮忙去打造双方彼此的信任，并且呢能够尽一切的力量去将许可方面的申请作业啦，以及我们相互的信任的方面的打造啦，这些我们都能够尽量帮忙。那相信这是很重要的一个基础，可以让我们双方的合作能够长长久久。那接下来当然就是要去打我们的知名度，去吸引台湾的消费者。
Okay, thank you.
Some few sentences more. Ir taip pat Žemės ūkio ministerija remia eksportuotojus, kad jie pristatytų savo prekes prioritetinėse rinkose. Taivanis kaip tik yra tarp prioritetinių šalių. Ir mes labai tikimės, kad bus susidomėjimas ir Taivanio verslo ir tikimės, kad aplankys mus Lietuvoje, pamatys, kaip atrodo mūsų žemės ūkis ir maisto produktų gamyba.
Okay, so I'm adding some thought about promotional and sales channels. So the Ministry of Agriculture is supporting very much, the exporters which are willing to export goods to Taiwan, and Taiwan is is among the priority markets for us, and we are ready to allocate, some additional financial and human resources in order to implement activities by promoting Lithuanian food products here in Taiwan, and we also count on local business people, like Taiwanese business people, that also they will not lose the interest in cooperating with Lithuanian companies.
谢谢。那麻烦嘉豪。
好。在推广以及通路方面当然我们立陶宛农业部也是全力支持立陶宛的出口商。那无论是对农业部来讲，还是对立陶宛的出口商来讲，台湾都是非常优先、非常重要的市场，所以我们会拨非常多的资源投注在就是立陶宛的产品在台湾的推广方面的工作。那当然，这也有赖台湾在地的企业家看对立陶宛是否有兴趣。那是否有意愿呢？跟立陶宛的企业合作
？OK， 谢谢。Now, may I proceed to the last question? OK， 那接下来是我们第二个类别的提问哈，这是自由时报陈玉提出来的，对于中国打压的方面。那题目是中国常常以违反 WTO 规范的手段禁止台湾农产品进口，像是凤梨、莲雾、释迦到最近的石斑鱼，借这个方式来打压台湾。那俄罗斯在2014年因为侵略克里米亚，也对欧盟的产品寄出禁运，并且一度重创立陶宛。面对威权恶邻的非法制裁，请问立陶宛有何因应之道可跟台湾来做分享？那中国也透过经济胁迫立陶宛，封杀立陶宛的产品，民主国家应该如何的互相帮忙？台湾立陶宛的农业合作是否有助于立陶宛面对中国经济胁迫的产品抵制？谢谢。
China regularly violates WTO rules by blocking imports of Taiwan's agricultural products, such as pineapples, wax apples, sugar apples, and most recently, grouper fish, thereby suppressing Taiwan. Russia has used similar tactics on EU products since invading Crimea in 2014. Lithuania has suffered as a result. What experiences or response measures can Lithuania share with Taiwan? China has also used economics to pressure Lithuania by barring the import of Lithuanian goods. How can democracies help each other in such cases? Will greater agricultural cooperation with Taiwan help Lithuania address the challenges from Beijing's economic coercion and barring of Lithuanian products? This comes from Evis Yang, Liberty Times.
Yes, Varis Smith.
Taip, Lietuva iš tikrųjų jau prieš 20 su virš metų susidūrė su trukdžiais, ekonominiais trukdžiais su Rusija. Šiuo metu, kaip ir klausime nuskambėjo, jau yra ir Europos Sąjunga visa. Ir Europos Sąjunga gina Lietuvos interesus, yra pateikta apeliacija tarptautiniam organizacijom. Žinoma, labai svarbu yra diversifikuoti priekybą, kad kiekviena šalis turėtų kuo daugiau galimybių eksportuoti, ir labai tikiuosi, kad mes vystydami tarpusavio šalių priekybą kaip tik palengvinsim tuos sunkumus, kuriuos gali sukelti diktatoriškos valstybės.
Yes, so indeed, Lithuania have faced, some difficulties in bilateral trade with Russia since 20 years already. For the first time, and these violations have been continuously repeated, and the current situation when Lithuanian export was banned in China was also a big challenge for our exporters, and in this context the Taiwanese market appeared to be a good or potential substitute for Chinese market, and this is why we especially want to develop bilateral trade relations with Taiwan in order to compensate, all those losses that we encountered in Chinese market. But talking about the WTO violations, so this case has been brought to WTO, and we feel very much the support by the European Commission and the other EU member states. This panel, we don't know how long it might last, because it's a very lengthy legal procedure. And the answer for what democracies can do to each other. So I think the best way is to increase bilateral trade between democracies, market economies, and because it is very important to have bilateral trade with the markets which are predictable, are acting according to the rule of law, and that ensure level playing field for the business people. And I think this is what we find in Taiwan, and I think the best help will be to increase economic cooperation, and this would be the biggest measure against any coercive measures by authoritarian countries. Thank you.
其实大概20多年以来，立陶宛一直都在跟俄罗斯双边的贸易方面，其实都有非常多的挫折，一直持续下去，甚至到了现在，立陶宛被中国打压之后，我们这样子面对的困境是加重的，大大的影响着立陶宛的许多出口商。那台湾作为一个潜在的替代市场，非常的重要，因此我们加强台湾跟立陶宛之间的双边贸易关系，来弥补立陶宛在中国市场遭遇的损失。当然，我们也看到中国违反了 WTO 相关的规定。那不只是立陶宛，许多的欧盟的会员国其实也都向 WTO 发起申诉，但是这样子整个审核的过程是很旷日费时的。至于民主国家之间要怎么样在做来能够让我们提升，来解决这样子的一个挑战哦。其实做法很简单的做法就是要加强民主市场之间的贸易关系，双边多边的贸易关系，因为在民主的市场是可预测的，是尊重法治的，是企业家能够信任的投资环境。所以因此要加强对台湾对许多类似的市场呢，去进行双边的贸易，这是最好的一个做法，来对抗我们面对威权国家所遭遇的挑战。
I can only say thanks for your attention.
Yeah, thank you, Vice Minister, for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend today's press conference and ask a question from the local media and your press reporters, and share your experience. And now I think I saw your counterpart, the Vice Foreign Minister, Ho Ren-jen, is arrived in the venue to join us. May I invite all special guests to join us for the group photo? Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah.
好，
Thank you.